What is up, you guys? We are back for another episode. Okay, Sam was shaking her head at me.
No, you just sounded really good. You
Oh,
sounded good, like.
I'm tired because I by accident took melatonin. I didn't realize that the vitamin packs that I have, I keep forgetting to take the nighttime one. So I was like, I'm gonna take it now, like jumping in the shower before recording. And then I just realized it has melatonin in it. So I'm a little like groggy, but I feel like that might call for like a really fun episode.
Yeah, are you drunk? She's drunk off melatonin.
Yeah. So I'm Sam O, and I'm drunk on melatonin.
And I'm Sam Preet, and I'm hungover as shit.
And you're with a tale of
A
two.
tale of two, Sam.
So bad
Ew.
because we're drunk.
We're-
All right, so I'm going to start with this tale, but I honestly want to kind of put it out there to everyone, including you, Sam.
Okay.
So it's not really a tale. It's just like one of those types of things that I know we talk about the vault sometimes, which is basically, if you're new to listening, it's you talk about a story that you've put like to bed in your mind from like maybe when you were younger or whatever. And then when you talk about it, it kind of feels like good. It's like a release. And that's called pulling it out of the vault. Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like that, but it's not really a vault story. Like I didn't do it on purpose. It's just that I have this like really weird, vivid memory from when I'm like 3, maybe younger. And I don't know if this ever happened to you, but it's of said person, no names on the pod, even though you guys can probably all guess who it is, like who was I taking a bath with? Person I was taking a bath with at 2, 3 years old, pooping in the tub. And then we had to get out. It was like a fire drill. We had to stand there, we were shivering.
Wait,
And then it was a little
was it one just
Yeah,
floating?
it was
A
one. It was a
floater?
floater.
Wait, was it you that you used the term floater and I just like automatically thought of a poop floating?
That was our dear friend Chelsea. She
Yes.
used the term
She was
floater.
like, oh, yeah, maybe like Sam gave you a floater in your
It
drink.
was an
And
alcoholic floater. Like
yeah.
I think if you're like listening and have drank, before not, and you're not Sam Preet, you know what a freaking floater is. It's like
My mind went straight to poop floating in like a bowl.
maybe that's why I thought of this like
Maybe.
topic to say, or like this thing to say. But do you have any like
So
memories like that are like crazy vivid from like when you were a kid?
crazy vivid. I do. And it's also weird because I feel like I don't remember many things from when I was about, like, I don't really remember much from age like 1 to 3,
Right. Standardly, we don't.
except
Yeah.
except like very vivid ones that I just will never forget.
Okay.
And you're talking about poop, and I'm laughing because one of my vivid memories is also about poop. I think it's like traumatizing in a way.
Mm.
Like you're like just a youngin' and you're sitting in the tub and you see a brown piece of poop just like float across you.
Oh, ew. Yeah.
Like
Wait,
that was you. For me, I
I don't like
I
that you said it like that, though. I
what do
have
you
to
mean?
say, it's like floated across me. Like I don't like the verbiage and the
It might
floated across you. Why was it poetic?
sailed, it sailed right over your eyes.
Ew. Stop. Okay, go with your thing.
So, um, I was like very young, had to be like 1.5, 2, and we were in LBI.
Mm.
I was at the water park, and um, water parks are disgusting. Like, there's just like kids in diapers and like gross shit everywhere. Like,
I hate water parks.
so yeah, they're not the cleanest.
Ugh.
I'm sitting in the little water park section pool thing, and I saw a poop. I saw a floater, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh my god, ew, ew, ew. Then my mom is like there, obviously, because I'm only 2
Yeah.
max, and she's like, oh my god, a poop of a poop. Everyone's like, kids start running everywhere, like, you know what I mean? It's like madness.
Like, but
She
who
scoops me up.
poops in a water park? How do they not have a diaper on?
Oh,
Thing?
Well, maybe it fell out of the diaper. Like, who knows? It's
Oh
nasty.
my God.
Either way, it's fucking nasty. So I go home that night. I'm okay. A few days later, I have coxsackie in my mouth. And my mom is like, it's definitely because of the poopy water.
Sam, that is motherfucking disgusting.
Isn't that so gross? You could like literally shit your pants at how gross it is.
It literally is. It makes me never want to like poop and look at poop ever again.
Ugh.
Ew, ew, ew.
Ew, we're gross. We're
Disgusting. You got
disgusting.
cocktacky. Um, wait,
Coxsackie is terrible.
yeah, isn't that like pimples in like your mouth?
It sores all over your mouth. Yeah.
That is terrible. I have like one little sore in my mouth right now. Like just on like the side of my tongue. And I just like I'm not having fun with it right now. It's not fun. I
I
can't imagine
actually
them everywhere.
what was that?
Like I just can't imagine them everywhere.
Oh yeah. It's like definitely a form of torture, also because you can't eat. You would
Ugh.
know about that because your wisdom.
Oh my gosh, guys, I got my wisdom teeth out, and our intern just got hers out today. Shout out to her. But I got mine out about a month ago now, and it was absolutely the worst experience of my life. Like I was so worried about going under. And then I just remember kept thinking, like, I wish they'd put me back under until I was like healed. Like I'm still dealing with it now. Like it's still sore now. It's so
Oh,
I feel like I'm just becoming accustomed to it. They took out all four. I got dry sockets. I had to go in to put it in the stuff. It was awful. I'm not even gonna bore you guys with the details, but it was awful.
I hate the dentist. I think like everyone hates the dentist. I
I
don't know one
actually
person.
I don't hate the dentist.
Oh
A
wow.
dentist that is awesome. I love him. His name's Dr. Tony. And
Wait, in Tottenville?
yeah,
Oh, we go to the same dentist.
I
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah, he's nice, but I hate going and I don't like people in my mouth. It gives me anxiety.
Really? So that didn't bother me, especially as a kid. Like now I don't really like
Ooh. Go ahead. I just had a thought.
now I don't like it because like I'm an adult and like they're like less easy on me. Like they're like scratching my teeth and I'm like, oh, I don't like that noise at all. But when I was a
Mhm.
kid, they like had like bubblegum toothpaste and like, I don't know. It's good shit.
No, my another okay, so another vivid childhood memory, and this is probably why I hate the dentist,
Mm,
is because when I was 4 or 5, I went to the dentist and I had 5 cavities, and I had to get like 5 cavities filled. And it was
that's
just like ever
hard.
since then, I would always, again with poop, I'm like a nervous pooper. Like when I'm
Mm,
nervous, I get like knots in my belly and I need to
yeah.
like go to the bathroom. So even as a kid, like like clockwork, my mom would bring me into the dentist and I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm nervous.
But I
I
also
didn't
think
want.
that like that plays into it. Like I never had a cavity. To this day I still haven't had a cavity.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
I just think that it's something that's like genetic.
It
Like
is.
you have in your
My parents have so many cavities.
like obviously if you don't brush your teeth are gonna suck. But like I don't think that you weren't brushing your teeth. That's why you got more cavities than me.
Oh,
And
100.
like it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%. Like I mean since then I was super careful about it because I was like I never want a cavity again
yeah,
from like age 5. I maybe that's like where my anxiety and like slight OCD stems from. I
yeah.
just like don't ever want a cavity again in my whole life.
I feel
I
like
don't
we should discuss maybe Disney princesses because we are approaching International Women's Day, and we are women, and those are the people, characters that sculpted our lives. So I'm like
Oh,
curious to like hear your views on it. I also was just in Disney, so like I was thinking about it a lot.
yeah. I mean, I'm huge on this.
Hmm.
We're huge Disney people. Disney has absolutely shaped my childhood, especially the princesses and the movies. I just think that, yes, I mean, if you want to get all analytical and really read into them, some older ones like Ariel. People say now, well, she sold her voice for a prince and all that. but she's a badass bitch. I fucking love Ariel. She's one of my favorite princesses.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, it's just a
Is she your
story.
favorite? Who's your
It's
favorite?
a love story. My favorite is Jasmine, hands down.
Mm. Yeah, I
But
definitely was a Belle girl.
Belle, oh, Belle rock. She's
Yeah.
educated, she's smart.
Hmm.
She sacrifices herself to save her dad.
She was the girl next door to me, like she had it all. She was in my aspiration, right? Aspiration. Is that right? Well, Belle wouldn't use the wrong word, but
What do you mean?
she was my aspiration. Like I wanted to be like her. Or she
Your
was my
inspiration?
inspiration. Is it what's aspiration versus
When
inspiration?
you I don't know, aspire. I aspire to be. We're really smart, as you can
Mhm.
see.
Guys, I took a melatonin like an hour ago. It's kicking in hard
Drunk,
right now.
drunk. It's just funny because I can't even.
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
it is that is my aspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, a hope or ambition of achieving something.
Okay. So your aspiration was to be Belle.
Hmm.
Incredible. So I feel like I might have picked Ariel, but my older sister like already claimed her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you and your sisters were like that.
Yeah, with everything in life.
Yeah. And like Sabrina's favorite. Well, she's not a princess and she says it all the time, but Moana is Sabrina's.
Mm,
So,
what
and I
about
think that kind of matches. Hmm.
what about when she was a kid? Moana's like recent.
Well, I don't know. Sabrina, like, I mean, she watched all the original movies, but I don't think she was as into them as like me and my sisters were.
Mm.
She loved Frozen. That was like her era.
Sabrina?
Yeah.
Her her era was not Frozen.
There was like a dark period, I feel like, where there were like no Disney
There
princess.
wasn't many, but like that's because we were still like thriving off of like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and
Yeah, and I mean, she's so like I said, she watched all them, but I feel like she like loves Frozen and oh, and Tangled. She loves Tangled.
Tangled. I've never even seen Tangled.
Oh my God, Tangled is great.
I
It's Mandy
know.
Moore.
Oh, really?
That's a really good one, and that has a lot of like fun lessons to be learned. You
Mm,
know, step out of your comfort zone
yeah.
when
And I
your
think it
evil
is,
witch mom is trying to hide you from the world,
yeah, that does happen.
as it tends to happen.
No, but I mean, honestly, we just watched the like live action Mulan.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's so good.
That was so good. I mean, I definitely think they could have made it a love story, but
A
then it would
love
have taken
story.
away from it being Mulan.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of Mulan is that she's not going into the military because she wants to meet some fellas. She's going
She
in
wants.
because
She's a badass bitch.
that ass bitch who's saving pops.
Yeah.
Wow,
Uh
and you know what's funny? All of these princesses are saving their dads.
yeah. Who?
Like we just said, Belle and Mulan. I'm trying to think. Aladdin, it's kind of the same thing. She's like trying to help her dad out.
Yeah.
The thought.
Yeah. They all always have one parent,
That's a good point.
except Moana.
Oh yeah.
She's new. Frozen, no parents.
Oh, they died. Like
Yeah.
in the
That
movie.
was tragic.
It was absolutely horrible. I have to watch that movie a lot with this kid that I hang with, meaning I babysit.
I was literally like, who? Wait, you're seeing someone? You mean the kid you babysit?
He turned 9 yesterday. Shout out to him.
Oh, I love
Everybody.
that.
Yeah, but he loves it. So I've been watching it a lot with him, and there's a lot of like very funny underlying jokes. And you know how much I love like funny underlying like jokes in
Uh-huh.
like animated movies.
Like
Like
adult jokes.
yeah, like that's why The Grinch is my favorite all-time favorite movie.
Um, I was recently watching Shrek, and
Oh,
Shrek has so many adult like
mhm.
jokes that I haven't even noticed until recently because I
Yep.
was a kid.
Yeah.
um, they're like Lord Farquaad is fuckwad. like Lord Fuckwad.
Oh my
Isn't that
God.
so
I didn't
funny?
realize that.
I know.
Wow.
What about Princess Fiona? Do we count her? She's bad.
I like her.
I've always liked her.
Yeah. I just
If you
don't understand why she'd stay an ogre.
Oh, why would she stay an ogre?
Yeah. Like, that's not who she was. If she loved Shrek, she could love Shrek. She,
Yeah, no, I 100%. I honestly agree with that. Like, if I could look like a girl, I would look like a girl.
over an ogre.
An ogre. Maybe she just felt like she had to for Shrek. But she loved, yeah,
Shrek
you're
needs to get his shit together and have some self confidence then.
100,000%.
Flames of law.
See, that's the thing. Men always need a woman to
Yeah, they do. You guys.
build them up. You guys need us. Ha ha ha. What would you say is your top three?
um, Belle.
Belle's number one.
Belle's number one by far. Um, damn. Damn, this is hard. I think
Damn.
I think I'd probably put. I mean, like let's say as a kid, I didn't have to think about it. My top three were Belle, Ariel, and Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I liked it.
Why?
Honestly, I think I thought she was pretty, like as a kid.
I'm dead. You aspired to have her beauty.
Yeah, I genuinely think that's what it was. But and I liked like the pink dress that she wore. And that was
Mm,
really my extent of like
yeah. For
now
me,
it would probably be different. Like now I'd probably put like Fiona in there. Like Shrek
really.
and
But
Fiona.
do you think she's in that category? We can count her. I'm fine with it.
I'm gonna count her.
Yeah, let's count her.
I'm gonna count her.
Hmm. I would say Jasmine first. Also for reasons I think that you said, like when I was younger, I was like, Jasmine's so cool and she wears this cool outfit and
Mm-hmm.
like she was just
Yeah.
like hot.
Yeah.
And I also always thought I always had a crush on Aladdin. He's a
Really?
hot cartoon. Yeah, to me.
Prince Eric was my hub.
He's also hot. I would never take that away from him.
Thanks. Thanks.
Because he's yours. You're like,
Don't
thank
do
you.
that to my man.
Your man's. Um, I would say two would be Milan.
She's great.
Even though like I'm not sure if she's like a princess, quote unquote, but whatever. Um,
I
she's
princess
just
her too.
so badass. And I cry every time I watch that movie.
Yeah.
Like when her dad says to her, what is that quote?
It's like something about Anna.
The flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest and most beautiful of them all.
That's really pretty. I don't even hear him
Isn't
say.
that gorgeous? Meaning
Yeah.
like the flower that, takes some extra time to bloom and grow is the most beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so
Or
nice.
like who faces the most like adversity,
Mm-hmm.
grows the most. Yeah. It's true.
It is true. Ain't it
True.
the damn truth?
Mm-hmm. Amen.
You're talking to two adversity blooming flowers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My dad told me this week, I don't know if everyone follows me on Instagram, but my dad told me this week that I used to be the happiest kid, that he thought I had a problem. So
A
like
problem? Why is that a problem?
he thought that like maybe there was something wrong with me because like nothing bothered me. I just was like blah blah blah, beep, boop, boop. Like this would like bop around. And
Like you were a little maybe
like it's off.
a
Yeah.
little. Mhm.
So he like confessed this week. He turned 60, so now he thinks he can just say whatever the hell he wants.
See.
So he told me that, and then he said, he continued to say later on, like, yeah, it wasn't until life kicked you in the ass that you stopped being so happy. And I was like, it's true. That's my adversity. It's making me bloom, baby.
That's bloom, baby.
I'm blooming, baby.
That's reminding me of something. Oh, Emperor's New Groove. Boom, baby.
Oh, I love that one. Wrong lever.
Pull the level, crunk. Oh, Yzma, number 3, easily.
I,
Oh my God.
I do love her. She's great. And honestly, Kronk is my favorite and reminds me of Gronk. I don't know if you know who that is.
He's definitely some type of sports player, right?
He is. Good for you, sis. You're growing up so
What
much.
sport? Should I try to guess?
Mm-hmm.
Football.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He's like Brady's right-hand man.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, you know who Tom Brady
Yep.
is. But he's
Yes.
he's silly. He's silly. He dates Camille Kostek.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know who that is model. So what's else?
Yep.
Yeah,
Of
and
course.
but he's
Football
like,
players dating models.
yeah, he's goofy as hell, and I love him for it.
Oh, that's so fun. I love a goofy
He
dude.
reminds me of Kronk.
You
Gronk.
know,
Kronk.
love that. Um, Thinking about dads though,
Mm,
I just want to give a shout out to ours, especially because I think that they are a big part of the reason why we are great women. And
mm,
of course, our moms,
yeah.
obviously.
Hmm.
But there's really, I think there's something, well, I think there should be something special about a daughter and father relationship.
Yeah.
And I do think it's sad when people don't have that bond with a older male figure,
Hmm.
authority figure.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's a lot to be said for the fact that we feel that we can have these voices to have a podcast and that our dads are not going to like disown us and stuff because I think that's a really old fashioned. A lot of people have asked me like, does your dad? I'm like, my dad's not going to listen because he doesn't want to hear it, but like, he's also not a moron. He doesn't think that I don't have sex. Like,
Oh
not
yeah.
like you're going to save yourself for marriage. Like, no, like you're not supposed to do that anymore. That's why there's such a high divorce rate because people
Oh,
stop.
yep.
So
Literally.
yeah, so I think that's a lot to be said for it, and obviously we always talk about our moms and how much we admire them, but yeah, shout out to dads.
Go dads, go dads.
Go dads, go dads.
Oh.
Wait, actually though, speaking of dads, I was gonna bring up like what's like a weird, I have one in my head,
Mhm.
like a weird dad skill. And I want to know if like anybody else like feels this, but my dad's like really weird skill is that he always knows when the commercials are done. So he'll be
Mm.
watching like a baseball game, a football game, or well, that doesn't really happen, but a baseball game, a hockey game, and have a movie on for us.
Uh-huh.
And he knows exactly when the commercial is going to be over for the movie to flip back to it.
Yep.
I'm like, do you time this? Like, or like, have you time? Like, how do you do that?
That is absolutely on point. My dad hates commercials. He will not watch a commercial.
No.
I think that they've just, from doing it so often, they must just know. They must just have an instinct.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
now we have DVR, but I guess they didn't back when they were in their TV prime.
right. Even, yeah, even when we were kids, I feel like.
That's when it was most like I don't know why I just like thought about it now, but like that's when it was most obvious to me that
You know what is, I just thought of one. My dad he knows, like, he knows the driving directions to anywhere. So, well, okay, maybe not to anywhere, but in like the tri-state, like if I was like, how do I get to Stamford, Connecticut? He would
mm,
say, oh, hop on this, like, and then you do this, and then you do that,
mm,
right? So this is what he does. I will literally just ask him for an address. Say like,
yep, I know
we have a communion. We're going to this communion. Drive there. Okay. What's the address? Gives me the address, proceeds to tell me
yep.
every little direction how to
He's
get there.
done
And
this to me
I'm like,
too.
Dad,
Like you're
my
gonna
dad has done
here,
this
take
to
the
you.
main road. You're gonna go down to 16 lights. You get to the 16th light, you're gonna make a left. You go down 3 more lights, you make a right. I'm like, okay, Steve, I'm just gonna put it in my navigation.
Literally. I'm like, Dad, I'm not, it's going in one ear and out the other. I'm
Yeah,
not listening to you. I'm going to put it in my phone and it's going to tell
yeah.
me where to go.
Honestly, though, my family members do that too. Yeah, I've had
Maybe
to
it's
like
like an
stop
old
them and be
people
like,
thing.
I think so because if you really think about like generationally, like they didn't have, they had MapQuest that you had to print out before. And if you even go back further than that, they have maps, legit maps. So it must have
That,
been so much easier to be like, how do I get home? Right, left, right. Oh, great. Like
yeah,
now it's
that's actually crazy that I'm unlocking more childhood memories of my mom literally printing out like directions from MapQuest
yep, yep. I,
on road trip,
I
not
played
road trips, even if we went to like
soccer.
Wildwood.
Yeah, I played travel soccer, and I just remember like everyone losing their fucking shit if we like took the wrong turn. Like we were supposed to get off that exit, because then it's like you don't know,
Right. You
like you're
can't.
right. It was really bad. And Jersey, New Jersey is very known for like, all right, so let's say like you get off the wrong exit, you have to go to the next exit, you missed it. You get
Mm,
back on to go the other way to get off the correct exit, but on the opposite side. So now you know you got to turn on Carlton Place. There's a Carlton Place, a Carlton Road, a Carlton Avenue,
yep.
and we would get so messed up. I can't even tell you how many soccer games I like fucking missed because of it.
Jersey driving is brutal. I
Brutal.
hate driving in Jersey. I always get lost.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep. Yep. I can't believe that I told you guys about my somebody I know pooping in the tub when we were kids. That's
Wait,
pretty wild.
it's one of your sisters, isn't it?
Obviously, like who else would I be? That's why I want to like blow up their spot. But like, who else would be? Bathing with?
Who would you be bathing with?
I feel like
Yeah.
it's the reason that I don't bathe with people like significant others. First of all, I think it's kind of like gross.
You're scared your significant other's gonna poop in the
I
bathtub
don't
with
know.
you.
Maybe it's like subconsciously, yeah. Like,
Oh, I hate when that happens.
yeah. Oh, he pooped again. It's like, ugh.
Rude. Speaking of significant others, I'm just thinking of this because I saw two of my ex's best friends this past weekend,
Mm,
and we're on fine terms, me and my ex, and his friends are decent people. When you text your ex,
mm.
it's always like a formal MLA format, like type of deal. It's
Yeah,
never just like, hey, WYD, let's catch up. It's like,
yeah.
hey, hope you're doing well. Please send your mother and father my regards. Best of love to the dog. Talk soon, Sam. Like,
Yep.
it's why, and I wonder why is that? Like, you've openly seen me naked.
Right.
I've
And I
seen you
actually was like,
naked.
yeah, I was thinking about this like kind of recently too. It was like this is someone that was like your best friend at one point. And
Mm-hmm.
now you're like wishing you well. Like I don't know. I'm really
Yeah.
bad at formal emails. I don't even send
And
them.
it's all like I think it's almost because like we want to seem mature
Yeah,
to
but
them.
it's like they obviously know we're not. Like we didn't grow up in like 1 week since we broke
Yup.
up.
Yup, literally. And that's the funny thing. It doesn't stop with how long you've been broken up for. If
Right.
my ex texts me a month later, I'm still gonna have this weird front like
Yep.
business Sam.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Thanks for reaching out. That's the
Yep.
best one. Appreciate you reaching out.
Yep. Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well with you. That's my main one. It's just bizarre. It's just
It's
bizarre.
weird.
Mhm.
We have to break that. Next time, I'm just going to be like, yo, hey,
Hey, WYD, want to come over? I'm drunk
yup.
and horny.
Lit, quite literally. So I don't need to.
Because that's
I,
what they would write to you. But like to us, it's like we feel like we have to fucking MLA style it. Like,
No, honestly, I feel like guys do it too. I do. I feel
You
like
think so?
ex like any ex texting an ex is always just like you're like putting on a front and it's like, no, we know each other. Why are we
You know
being
what?
weird?
You're right.
You
It's
know?
I was more thinking about a drunk text from an ex. I feel
Oh.
like I'm still like, hello. If you're not doing anything later this evening, like it's like 3 a.m.
If you happen to be free at this moment.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like, but yeah, I guess you're right. Like if an ex texts me, I text an ex sober, even if it's just literally to be like, you left your watch here, like just found your watch. I'm like, I came across this clock looking thing for your wrist. I don't know. I get really fucking weird.
No, I know because you've read your text to me and I'm like, Sam, you like sound like this is like
Your
your
professor.
yup, like you're emailing your professor or
Yep.
a higher up or a
Yep.
boss. I'm just like, but I get it's just it's bizarre and I don't know why we do it and I want to try to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely, I'm glad we talked this out because I needed to hear it.
Yeah.
If you would like to follow us on Instagram, you could follow us at,
A Tale of Two Sams podcast.
and you can follow us on Twitter at,
A Tale of Two Sams.
and you can email us your thoughts, concerns, thoughts, thoughts,
Farts. Farts and
thoughts, which are
thoughts.
your farts, thoughts. Okay, thoughts, concerns, questions at.
A Tale of Two Sams at gmail.com.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope you don't hate us too much after this episode. We promise to be better in the future.
Cringing. Bye. I look like a gremlin.
I look like my John Travolta hair.